are times that bugging in is not an option, and bugging out is the only thing that you can do. If a hurricane comes your way and your house is not sturdy enough to handle that hurricane, the only option that you have left is to bug out, right? If there is a fire and your house is in the way, there's no way to stop that fire, right? Well, you got to bug out. In instances when you need to bug out, it is always better to be ready than sorry. And many folks focus on the I'm gonna bug in. And I will say that 90% of the time, that is the right way. Bugging in. That's where you have everything. You don't become a refugee. You have all the preps that you had gathered throughout years. You have everything. That is your Alamo. However, in that 10% that you are not able to stay there, you need to be ready. And ignoring that 10%, I don't think is advisable. So today we're going to be talking about how to build a bug out bag, especially for beginners. And I'm going to give you an entire list in the description section below. That way you can refer to it and apply it to yourself. Because obviously, my situation is different than yours, and yours is different than the person right next to you, and so on and so forth. But I'm going to try to generalize everything. That way, it fits most people. First thing, you need the bag. You need to choose a durable, comfortable backpack. That is the first thing that you need to do. If you're thinking about throwing everything in a pillowcase and just put it over your shoulders and just head out, well, that right there is a point of failure. Get a decent backpack. Something sturdy, something that is comfortable, something that is robust and is going to last you a long time. Because once you leave and you bug out, your life is on that bag. That's it. That's all you have. So the bag itself is the number one thing that you have to address first. In this case, I will say this. Do not go to Walmart and get a $20 bag. Get something good. The best you can get, go with that. And make sure you test it on you. Put it on. Don't just buy something because I'm telling you, oh yeah, this bag is perfect. No. Go to the store. This is one of those things that you need to go and try it out. Put it on, move around, and make sure that it fits you. Because let's face it, if you spend a bit of money in a backpack, you expect that backpack to be comfortable, right? So, number one, the backpack itself. Number two, water and water purification. You will not last long without water. So, you need to pack water with you. My recommendation is get a 32-ounce container, stainless steel, single wall. That will be my preferred way to do it. Have along that water filters. A live straw is good. A Sawyer Mini is my preferred one. Have water purification tablets to ensure that the water is drinkable. If you want to go above and beyond, my recommendation to you is always boil the water. Always. But have water and ways to purify your water. That is number two. Number three, food and energy. Well, it goes without saying that unless you have food in the tank or fuel in the tank, you're not going to go far, right? So here's my recommendation to you. Get things lightweight, high in calories like MREs, protein bars, dried fruits, nuts. Jerky is one of my preferred ways to have food that provides me a lot of energy. And along with that, have a small camping stove or solid fuel tabs. So that is for you to cook and whatnot. You see what I'm saying? And perhaps to boil water. If you want to go the way that I do it, having a little propane container with a little propane stove, awesome, fine. But have something in there that you can make those meals. And again, purify your water by boiling the water if you want to. Shelter and warmth. This is something important, very important, that a lot of folks neglect to consider. Imagine that you are in an area like I am. I am in Alaska. If I don't have proper shelter, hypothermia will take my life away. And that is something that we all have to consider. If you live, let's say, in Florida, well, the summer heat, man, it's gonna cause you dehydration just like that. And don't drink that swamp water. It's gonna make you sick. I know this. So shelter and warmth. Even in Florida during nighttime, keep your body warm. If you lay on top of the dirt directly, that's gonna suck all your heat, your body heat. So have a proper shelter, a compact tent. They do have tents now for one person. They weigh almost nothing. A tarp is enough. That is my preferred method, to tell you the truth. When I'm in the trails, me and my son, I just have a tarp. Have an emergency bivy. That is excellent. Have a space blanket. That is my preferred method, having space blankets. And have extra clothing for layering. One thing that I will advise everybody, socks and a hat. I don't know how many people I have seen without a hat. I don't know how many people I have seen without having an extra pair of socks. So shelter and warmth, keep those things in mind. With that, let's move into fire and, well, starting kit. Ferrocerium rod is the preferred method for a lot of folks. My preferred method, I'm going to be honest with you, is having the ferrocerium rod with a magnesium rod, a soft magnesium rod. Why? Because I can do the shavings and then I can strike it, and it, listen, 99.9% of the time makes my life way easier. Have a lighter. That's a way to make fire. Have stormproof matches. Those are great to have. And I have tested it, guys. They really do work. Now, once you have a fire, again, now you can cook. That little, you don't have to use that camping stove anymore because you have a fire going. You can purify your water. So fire is not just for warmth. Fire will cook your food, will definitely provide you with warmth. And one thing that a lot of people don't say, but it is safety provider. Why? Because, well, animals will not come to you. And guess what? You will definitely feel more safe. And if you can feel more safe due to that fire, guess what's going to happen? Your senses are not going to be going haywire all the time. So you're going to keep everything calm. And that's what you really want. Keep everything calm. Now, moving on to first aid kit. This is something that, again, is completely up to you how you make yours. My recommendation is have blood cloth powder on you. I have had accidents in the fields and I have to use it. Have a tourniquet with you. They don't weigh that much. Have bandages, antiseptic wipes, pain relief, all of those things that you will need out there, because again, whatever you have is what you have, and that's it. Tools and multi-use gear. A good survival knife will go a long way. A long way. A multi-tool like Leatherman will go a long way. Paracord. I never leave home without it. Never, 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 never. Duct tape is something that definitely will help you. Say, for example, that your jacket gets a rip. Get a piece of duct tape, put it in there, and bam, you're golden. Your shoe broke. And now you have water coming into your shoe. Well, use duct tape and it fixes your shoe. So things like that. A sewing kit, perhaps for do quick repairs and whatnot. You lost a button and you were able to get that button and you want to put it back on. Something like that. Those are things, again, it completely is up to your needs, because again, mine are different, but I am giving you a list of things that you should consider to put in your bug out bag. Now, light and navigation. Hands down, a headlamp. You having a headlamp will keep your hands free. And that's what you want. You want to have your hands 100% free. But you also want to have an extra little tiny flashlight that you can have with you just in case that headlamp runs out of juice. And with that, I would suggest you to have something that is either rechargeable and you have a battery bank with you, or batteries and you have batteries with you. Don't leave home without it, because if you really need it and you don't have it, well, let's just say that it will become problematic. Now, when it comes to navigation, I encourage everyone to learn how to read a map. Learn how to read a map, have your compass with you. In addition to that, if you can have your maps downloaded in your phone, and yes, you can definitely do that, do it. The more ways that you know how to navigate, the better off you will be. You do not want to be lost out there. You definitely do not. Now, self-defense and security. It all depends where you are in the world. Here in the US, well, we all have a Second Amendment. So we pretty much have, a boomstick with us. Hence the fact that you see some on top of me, or one on top of me and one behind me. So self-defense depends on your country, but I will say this: pepper spray will be a great deterrent. A tactical pen will be something for you to consider. And of course, something that a lot of people don't mention, a whistle. This is something that I actually put into my son's pack the other day in case of something happened and he can scream. He can just blow on the whistle and I will know exactly that something is going on and address the situation. So self-defense and security is something that you should take in consideration depending on your location. Now, hygiene and sanitation. Hygiene and sanitation, a lot of folks will recommend you toilet paper. I do not recommend toilet paper. I recommend you to get the full size paper towels, fold them, get 10 and each packs of 10 and put it in a Ziploc bag. That is my recommendation when it comes to removing toilet paper out of the equation. They do the job. They're a lot tougher. And take it from me that I'm speaking out of experience here. Toilet paper, when you're sweaty and whatnot, makes a mess. So paper towels will do a lot better. Baby wipes. I recommend baby wipes all the time. Along with that, have hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer, listen, you don't want to have bacteria in your hands and whatnot. In our hands, we have the most amount of bacteria than anywhere else. So hand sanitizer. If you can have a toothbrush with you, so you can take care of the hygienes in the morning, that will be awesome. Along with camping soap. I never recommend a bar soap. I always recommend camping soap. They do the job really good. And guess what? They don't require a lot of water to remove. So stay clean. Illness comes from dirtiness. So let's just say that the dirtier you are, the more chances you have to develop infections, especially if you get cuts and whatnot. So keep that in mind, as well as keeping a small towel with you, even a bandana. I think having a bandana will be excellent for you for hygiene and sanitation purposes. So the last one is important documents and cash. You need to have copies of your IDs, contact information, medical records if you have medical issues. And I want to go back a little bit into medical. If you are diabetic and whatnot, make sure you have a patch perhaps in your pack saying I am diabetic. So if you get stranded and you get rescued, at least they know that you are diabetic and that you need insulin. And have something in there in your emergency document saying, hey, this is what I did last time. This is the last time that I got insulin in my body. You see what I'm saying? So they will know. And this is my dose that I need to take. Leave those records so people know if they come to rescue you. Something to consider. Now, cash, obviously, if you move it around, cash is keen. Have all of that in a waterproof bag. A Ziploc bag works perfectly fine. IDs, the copies of IDs and contact information and whatnot and medical records, what I would say to you is have them laminated. That's what I have done. I have a copy of my driver's license, my concealed carry license, my hunting license, pictures of me with my family, and all of those things are laminated. That way, if they get wet, well, there's no issues. It's the same with emergency contacts. They're all laminated. That way, again, if I fall in the water, whatever, and I need to get rescued, or, you know, God forbid something bad happens, well, at least they know who I was based on my papers. So, and of course, like I said, have some cash on you. Definitely have some cash. Cash is king. You don't know whether or not a credit card is going to be working. You don't have to have thousands of dollars. A couple of $100 I think will be more than enough. So that is my recommendation for you to build a bug out bag, especially for beginners, from the ground up. And of course, you are more than welcome to go to the description below and read everything that I'm leaving in there. With that being said, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like always, rock on, prep on, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye, everybody.